Join Maddie and I as we talk about Leonardo's Last Supper and
Donatello's Mary Magdalene. So I know that when we say that, most people are going to think that we're talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But these guys are completely different.
I mean, what you have here is you don't have someone filled with actual action and nunchucks and wonderful swords of glory, but a paintbrush will do. If you step with me into Santa Maria del Grazie of Milan, you can find Leonardo's Last Supper.
Yeah, we see Jesus here having a final dinner with his disciples, correct?
Correct. Here at the dinner table, he says, "Take, eat. This is my body." This is as he blesses the wine and says, "Drink from it, all of you, for this is my blood of the covenant, which he poured out for forgiveness to his sins." This is found in Matthew chapter 26.
He also in this scene states how there would be a betrayal among them.
If you take a moment to look at the picture, you actually can see the agony, shock, and disbelief and perplexion on the disciples' face when they hear that someone's going to betray.
So this picture very accurately describes what's going on, biblically speaking. So it's great in that aspect, but what compositionally makes this painting so famous?
When you take a look at the fresco on top of the wall, it gives you a point of linear perspective. So when you take the opportunity to stare into the painting, you get this sense of divine space, this almost sense of realism coming to you, the person, being there in the room with Jesus and his disciples, hearing about betrayal.
And Leonardo achieved this by making it appear as if the room was continuing back behind Jesus and his disciples, correct?
Correct. Now, if you take a closer look, though, at the painting, you can actually see bits of pieces of it falling apart.
Yeah, I see that. Why is this fresco in such bad condition?
For the past 500 years, the painting's condition has been seriously compromised by location and materials, techniques, even humidity.
So this painting has literally been through hell.
Literally. So the next time you have the opportunity to go to Milan and check out Leonardo's Last Supper, and who am I kidding? Who wants to go to Milan? But when you're there, go ahead and find yourself the Santa Maria della Grazie, Leonardo's Last Supper. Enjoy it.
While you're still there in Milan, let's switch over to a little bit of a different piece. We're looking at Donatello's statue of Mary Magdalene.
Yeah, we are. No, but seriously, what's so great about Donatello?
I'm so glad you asked. Well, Donatello, for his time, was very, very...
Revolutionary?
Yeah, revolutionary. Thank you. In his time, most of the art was actually very, very... it was the kind of stuff you saw, like jam figures on the doors of cathedrals, very unrealistic. But Donatello was known for making very, very, much more realistic statues and paintings. And he's even remembered for having shouted at one of his statues, "Speak, speak, or may dysentery seize you."
So this guy was really intense, huh?
Yeah, and you can totally see that in this statue. I mean, she looks pretty, grotesque, huh?
She looks like she's been through a lot, to say the least.
And she has. This is Mary Magdalene we're talking about. She was a prostitute. She, in the Catholic tradition, they say that she spent 40 years in the desert.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool, but I mean, what's the point of her statue?
Well, see, Mary Magdalene was a very inspirational figure, especially for converts, female converts, and especially this statue was made for a house that housed converted prostitutes specifically.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah, so she was a figure and a symbol to these women that they too could achieve that level of holiness that she has.
So, they're not the Ninja Turtles, obviously.
Obviously.
They're just two very revolutionary painters and sculptors that had an idea of changing the world one stroke at a time.